As National Signing Day is coming up February 7th, it's about time to go ahead and wrap things up and put a bow on the 2024 class itself. And the beauty of that is everybody's finalizing their rankings. So you had 247 and Rivals did it about a week ago. Monday, you had it from On3. And today, here on Tuesday, ESPN's Top 300 finished up. So we're going to look at it. Now, I know we're going to have to bag on 3 a little bit because the way they treat our boy Stone, tell y'all how it is a little disrespectful to our guy, but it's cool because they redeemed themselves in some other ways. We'll just say that. But I think the Stone one is unexcusable and everybody has taken issue with it. We'll dive into that. Let's look at some of the players that rose up high. Some of the players are in the top 300, basically in all of the sites, and ones to keep your eyes out on. So let's jump into it. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. Y'all know what it is. We're over here talking OU football and college football in general. So if you like the content, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Also, subscribe to our other channel, Sooner or Later Sports Show. We're going to be putting all the clips from the stream there, as well as recruiting information all over there moving forward. And so love for you all to join and help us grow that channel so that we can make sure we have the content you want in the right spots. But let's talk about this 2024 class, finalizing everything now, and honestly, what it looks like going forward. And so, all right, of course, the number one dude on the list, got to talk about him first, David Stone. And as you know, he posted on social media that he ain't giving him no free engagements. He did his screenshots and talking about On3 because when On3 dropped their final ones, of all places for them to go, they put this man 29th in the nation. Now, that is the lowest of all of the sites that we've seen, right? You got David Stone sitting here at 29th. Taylor Tatum was at 59 with Eugene Brooks at 182, which is a pretty nice jump for him. And Zion Kearney 144, which is a drop. And then Daniel Collier actually flew up the charts to 76 out of the 100s. And so we got a little bit of a balance there. It's a little upsetting, though, because with David Stone, when you go across the board, 247 has him 17, which I think is low as heck, too, but whatevs. But ESPN and Rivals is like, he's number 6 and number 5 in the country, especially after what he did in the Polynesian Bowl and All-American. David Stone's been beating up on everybody, and for some reason, these other two sites don't want to give him the love that we all feel like he deserves, right? Stone, number 1 in his position on ESPN as well as Rivals. When you put together the consensus and the composites, which is taking all of these into account and put them in one, of course, Stone is number 9 in the country, number 1 at his position at defensive line, and number 3 in the state, which he, Oklahoma, Florida, they go back and forth depending on the site you deal with. But for the most part, number 9 in the country, number 1 in this position, and is definitely where he should be. It's just crazy that he's 29 by On3 and 17. Now, I'm going to preface this real quick for y'all. I know a lot of people want to get pissed and boycott On3, blah, blah. No, I'm good. And I say that because everybody's opinions are different. Everybody has different things they see. I know you got to be blind to think that David Stone ain't a monster and he ain't going to be doing some stuff, but it's okay because they seem to balance themselves out in other spots. And we talked about this. For example, looking at Daniel Collier, which was a huge jump to me, right? Danny is 78th in the country on 3, which is the highest he is on every single site. 247 doesn't even have him ranked. And then he is 169 and 164 at ESPN and Rivals respectfully. His composite consensus went to 136 though. Daniel Collier is one of those players that we all said, hey man, he's a violent player. He played homeschool. So he didn't have the same competition. But when he went to camps and he went to the All-American Bowl, he was out there beating up on folks. That told you all enough, right? That, no, Danny's something special. Like there's something there with this dude. And he's going to turn up, right? He's adding to this defensive line that's going to be dumb. And pointing this out to y'all too, when you look at the players that we brought in this class, I keep emphasizing this. The things that we needed the most help at was offensive and defensive line, right? This class is full of both. We took more on both of those than we would normally take. Why? Because we're trying to bring in the players we want that's going to help build this roster long term. Some of these guys will pay dividends today, though. I promise you, in this coming season, you're going to see some of these fresh and you'll be like, oh, I see why they got him, and I see why they didn't chase anybody else because they wanted this dude to play. Just saying. So, but that's some of the ones. And then, of course, when we look at some of the landscape here, of course, Taylor Tatum is still basically top 50 in the country everywhere but On3. He's at 59 there, and he's 51 at Rivals. So roughly in the top 60. We'll say top 60 in the country for him. You'll see Zion Kearney, which everybody has him basically in the top 45, 145, and except for on ESPN where they think he's the 74th player in the nation. So Zion Kearney, looking good. Now, somebody that saw some big jumps, but it's surprising that Rivals didn't give him any love is Reggie Powers. Now, y'all know I'm big on Reggie Powers, the third. That dude's a hitter. He has a highlight reel of him just hitting folks. He has a highlight reel just hitting folks, guys. That's why I'm in love with what Reggie Powers is and what he can be. We'll dive into that video another time because I just like watching him hit people, man. But he came in 6 foot 200. I got a message about how he's doing so far in measurables. I mean, I'm hearing that he's out there tossing 2 1/4 like 20 times. Like he's just launching that bad boy at his size. Dude doesn't turn 18 until this summer. He's 17 years old out there looking like a grown man already. Don't be surprised if you see Reggie Powers play. He's probably one of our biggest steals. Remember, we got him to flip from Michigan State when all the stuff went down. We went after him. Brendan Hall said, nah, we like him. We want him. And now he's going to be showing out. Very much impressed. All right, Nigel Smith next on this list, which is crazy to me that Nigel Smith fell to almost 300 on On3 site. But everybody else is like, nah, he's at least top 176. So you got 247, 176, which that was also a drop. Crazy to me. But 124 ESPN, 104 from Rivals. Nigel Smith is not no punk. Like everything, Nigel Smith can play. And I think that once he get in there with Schmitty, he continued to put that weight on. Told y'all, man. They brought in some dogs on this defensive line. Brought in some dogs on this offensive line. We brought in the players we need if we want to be successful long term. And so that, yeah. Another one, right? Another one. Then you got Devon Mitchell here with everybody's got him in the 200s but ESPN. Number 68. Fourth in his position. Remember, he also enrolled early. So 179 on the consensus composite. But he came in, he's a 25, so he reclassified. He's 24, and at 6'3", 250, he's already got the size. All he's got to do is make sure the mass is there, and man, he's going to ball out too. Going down there, from there, of course, Ivan Carrion's not ranked in Rivals, which was interesting to me. I figured he would have been ranked somewhere, but he's in the top, basically top 260 of everybody. Michael Hawkins has gotten love. Rivals likes him in the top 200. On3 gives him top 300. And other ones do not rank him, which is cool. We did see a big jump here. So, Jaden Jackson, top 300 in the On3's composite and their consensus or whatnot. But Rivals as well as 247 threw him in the top 200 in the country. He didn't get hit by ESPN or On3 overall, but his 2 4-star status, yeah. And I think it's because of the way he played in that Polynesian Bowl, him and Stoney. They look like the best dynamic duo out there, right? Both getting a fumble recovery for a touchdown and just abusing folks. That tells you everything you need to know. Nesta moved up into the top 247 on 247 side. He's 231 now, so he's moved up, which was a big jump there. And I think the last one that's kind of crazy to me is here's Eddie Pierre-Louis, right? Rivals has him at 33rd in the nation. Number 1 in his position. But nobody else has him in the top 300. So Rivals guy is very high on him, right? Like super high. He's 33rd in the nation, but nobody else has him ranked. So I expect EPL to be something stupid when he comes out here. It feels like he's a hidden gem the teams aren't paying attention to, that these sites, he's 3-star everywhere else, 4-star, 33rd in the country with Rivals. So, do like him? Yeah, man. I expect something out of him crazy, right? He's gonna come here and prove a lot of people wrong, which I love. And then from there, the last really ones you got ranked, you got Zion Ragin, Good old Raging. He had 181 for ESPN. And then everybody else is kind of just outside of the 300. But it's just interesting to see some of these players, some of these names, ones getting mad respect, ones that feel like we're seeing them be disrespected. But keeping it a buck, man, it's going to be crazy. Jaden Hardy didn't even get ranked by On3, but everybody else has got him either in the top 200 or top 3. ESPN's got him in their top 300. We're going to have fun with this class, right? But again, look at the defensive line players. These guys that we got coming in, man, they're going to come in here and they're going to show out. They're going to be something special. Can't argue what this staff has done as far as the players they've gone after, what they're looking for, and what they're looking to do for us long term. Remember, their goal is to recruiting classes at the foundation, bring in 25 to 30 players. That's the foundation, and build from there. Add portal guys as you see fit based upon injuries and guys transferring out, but really only plug holes with those and use this as that foundation. So y'all see them rankings. Hop in the comments. Let your boy know your thoughts. How you feeling about the way these Sooners look going into this season? I'm excited because I think that this team is going to be special. I think this is going to be a special class. This is that foundational class with the 23 class that's going to make us say, oh yeah, this staff knows what they're doing. You made it this far, like the content, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Love for you to join this family of college football fans. I'm talking all you football, college football in general. Having a blast, do it. Also, please check out the Sooner or Later Sports Show channel. Just started up, so it's only got like 30 subscribers. We need to get that bad boy up to 1,000. That way, I'm going to be throwing all the recruiting stuff on there. Gonna have something on there about a recruit that dropped his top 12 that I'm feeling good about. It'll be a quick little video so y'all can check out. We'll probably put a lot of shorts over there too about some of the recruits that's visited. That way you have something to you know what to look forward to. YouTube says check out one of these videos. I highly recommend it because I made it for you. And we will dive into more news and everything soon. Chop it up later. Peace.